Hey guys, how you doing? Danny again. Thanks for the opportunity to serve you guys again. I really appreciate it. Look, I really love doing these videos because I feel like I've got a lot of knowledge to share in my experience in the industry and the stuff I've sort of come across so far and what I've utilised with my own clients. And not only that, what I've utilised in myself and helped get myself to this level so far. So the next thing I wanted to share with you guys was your muscle building habits. Sort of what are you doing? What are your muscle building habits? And like, not a lot of people sort of take notice of this because, guys, like, you look at it this way, like, how much time do you spend in the gym a week? Like, even the hardest gym goer who works out a couple of times a day, 6 days a week for a good hour, hour and a half, that's three hours in the gym a day max. And you look at, so what's that, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24. So, I mean, you look at, that's 24 hours in the gym. So, you know, even that's the most extreme example, though. Just remember, like, this is a full-time bodybuilder's example. So, you know, 24 hours in the gym is the example of a full-time bodybuilder. And, like, for the average Joe, you know, anywhere from 5 to 10 hours would suffice, in my opinion. Because, you know, you think of, like, bodybuilders, for example, these guys are full-time at what they do. You know, they basically eat, sleep, and train. And, like, people want bodybuilding results feel like they have to train exactly the same way as a bodybuilder. But one thing they're not actually taking into account, guys, is they don't have the lifestyle of one. You know, you have kids, you have a job, you know, you have your studies, you know, you have responsibilities at home and taking care of the household financially, all that sort of stuff that you got to take into account. And this is where, like, being smart and coming up with a smart plan is really going to do you justice here. So if you look at it this way, this is one thing I sort of go by and I have gone by since my son was born. He is now 2. And, like, look, to be honest with you, like, if I wasn't a personal trainer as my occupation, I'd be struggling to get workouts in because of the sheer demand of, like, parenthood, my work, being at home enough and looking after the household financially, all those sort of different little stresses, you know, that sort of add up, they really do sort of impact on your ability to train. And the one thing with full-time bodybuilders, like I said, is they don't have a lot of like distractions in a sense. Like a lot of them, you know, like if you look at it like this, like an example of a full-time bodybuilder's lifestyle, even if they did have kids, they'd obviously understand the importance of what they're trying to do, and then, you know, like their wife or their partner picks up the slack with the kids, and, you know, so they can rest and all that sort of stuff. So, you know, don't sort of back yourself too much into a corner thinking you've got to train like a bodybuilder, because you don't necessarily. You know, like, one sort of protocol I like to go by, and this is like something that I've had drilled into me in my training in the industry, is if you look at like 45 minutes per workout, if you're going past 45 minutes to an hour, guys, like, you're really not going hard enough and you're slacking off and you're having too much breaks in, too longer breaks in between. And, you know, look at it this way, like, my PT sessions only go for half an hour, but I can guarantee anyone that wants to come down and do a PT session with me down at Fitness First QV in the CBD, like, do a half-hour PT session with me and you'll soon realise, like, you know, I get done in half an hour what it takes people mostly an hour and a half to do. You know, and this is the sort of thing, you know, what you want to take into account when you're doing your workouts, because, you know, what's the point of wasting time in the gym when you could be elsewhere doing other things with, like, your family and enjoying other things? And, you know, just, look, if you're a gym junkie and that's what you love to do, then that's fine. You know, like, spend as much time in the gym as you want. But I'm talking about it from a results point of view. You know, you don't necessarily need to be in the gym for such a long amount of time to get results. Now, if you're in for 45 minutes a night, okay, or day, depending on which time of the day or night you come in, and you do that like 4 or 5 days a week, this is enough to get you great results, guys. This is one thing I want you to remember. As long as you're doing all the right things with your diet, and you're getting your nutrition right, you're getting enough rest, and you're getting your water intake right, you know, and you're managing your demands in your life, you know, then there's no reason why you can't get results with that sort of protocol. You know, so remember that. You know, understand where you sit in life, you know, and, like, unless you are doing this as a full-time occupation, understand that you don't need to train like one to get results. In fact, it'll probably be counterproductive for the average Joe. You know, these are only for full-time bodybuilders. These protocols are only for full-time bodybuilders, and even some full-time bodybuilders do train less. Like, things are getting smarter these days. You know, so you got to really understand this. You know, I've hoped I've sort of shed a bit of light there and got you to understand your circumstance, because, you know, it's going to be very important to you going forwards with your results and staying consistent. You know, you want to stick with a routine that's going to be consistent, like for years, and like 2 years and 3 years and 4 years. Not something that's going to last you a couple of months and then you're going to pack it in and not do it again. You know, you got to stay consistent. So you're best off, you know, sticking the course of like 4 to 5 times a week of 45 minutes, you know, for like 2 or 3 years, than doing, you know, six times a week for 45 minutes times 2 and packing it in after 2 months. Like, it's useless. So, you know, understand where you sit, you know, get real with yourself and ask yourself the questions as well, like, what do I need to be doing in order to get results? Not only get results, but what can I do that's manageable? Make sure it's manageable. Make sure that you can do it for a long period of time. I hope I shed a bit of light for you. I enjoyed this talk. Take care, guys, and I'll see you soon.